So I've got another new anime to recommend for the winter 2026 season, and that is Journal with Witch, or Ikkoku Nikki in Japanese. Now, I'll level with you, I've only watched the first 3 episodes of this and I haven't caught up to the latest episodes, but from what I've seen so far, Journal with Witch will not be something that is for everyone, but for the people that it resonates with, it will definitely hit. So seeing as I've only watched 3 episodes, I don't really remember the character names, but Journal with Witch follows an aunt and a niece who have moved in together because the niece's parents have died in a car accident. Now, the relationship between the aunt and her sister, who is the niece's mother, was not good, and it's kind of implied that the mother was kind of abusive both to the aunt and the niece, and when they die, it seems like none of their relatives have any pity or sympathy for the girl, and none of them really want to take her in. So the aunt steps up, she becomes the mom the actual mother never was, and kind of adopts her. And so this story now follows this aunt and niece learning to live together and learning to understand each other. So the reason the series is called Journal with Witch is because the aunt gives the niece a journal in order to process her emotions, process her feelings, because she is dealing with a big loss. So even though she may not have been close to her mother, and I haven't seen the relationship with the father so far, it's still something that's hugely impactful in someone's life, and you're gonna need a way to process it. And the way the niece processes it or journals it is by creating this sort of fantasy land where she views her own emotions, her own feelings, and also the interactions of adults, like adult relationships, like her aunt and her aunt's friend. Like, she views them to this sort of fantasy setting. So you have like the real world and this sort of fantasy setting in her head where she's trying to process and understand these emotions. And it'll be interesting to see how these characters come together and how these characters live with each other, because from what I can gather, both the aunt and the niece are on the spectrum somewhat, and that's why they're both introverts and they have trouble kind of socializing and processing emotions, and that's why the journaling part is so important. But yeah, this is definitely more of a character-driven, slow burn, dialogue-heavy show, and it's not going to be for many anime fans, but as I said, for those people who need something like this, who need a show like this in their life, it could be life-changing. So if you're someone who's more into something slice of life and definitely more focused on its characters, try checking out Journal with Witch.